Imagine yourself in a third world country where money isn't easily made, and most jobs do not pay well and are mostly labor intensive. Then, one unfortunate day you lose your hand or leg. You may not be able to work again from such an injury, which would not be able to which you will not be able to take care of yourself or even worse your family. The only option left would be getting an artificial limb to replace the one you've lost. But due to having a low income and the price of a traditional leg, which can cost somewhere from $5,000 to $50,000, according to ABC News Radio Online.com, may not be possible unless there was a hospital nearby with a lab and it had access to a 3D printer. With a 3D printer, a new limb can be created by a fraction of the cost of a traditional artificial limb. It can be created at an astonishing price of only $100. In an article by Time, such a device was created for a young Sudan boy by the name of Daniel Omar, who lost both arms by a bomb drop by a Sudanese government at the age of 14. Fortunately, after reading the article about the tragic story from Time, the CEO of Not Impossible Labs tackled the task of creating a low-cost limb. At the age of 16, Daniel had a new arm, and it was produced at the cost of only $100, and it was made in only 6 hours. That was less time it took for me to write my speech. Daniel is now able to take care of himself and live a more normal life. With 3D printers, we can improve the lives of many people in many different ways all over the world. I believe that 3D printers are not only the key to improving technology today, but also the key to improving technology in the future. By improving technology, we can improve ourselves and do things that were once thought impossible. So today, I'm going to try to persuade you into thinking that 3D printers are the key to improving our technology. I'll briefly cover how we use 3D printers applications currently in our homes, in industries, and in the medical field. Then I'll cover the future applications of 3D printers in the industrial, medical, and exploration fields. Then finally, I'll cover the pros and cons of using 3D printers. Currently, if you own or have access to a 3D printer in or near your home, you could create numerous things. You could create toys for your children that could keep them entertained for hours. Also, you could create clothing that your wardrobe would never go out of style. If you have a big enough 3D printer, you can even make new furniture and other household items, which all these things could come in handy in the holidays. For industries, they can currently cut manufacturing costs and time by giving industries the ability to create things that only humans' hands could precisely want to do. Also, while we're on the subject of people, we all like food, and utilizing the 3D printers, companies are making printers to print food at vending machines, which is quite appetizing to say the least. In the medical field, 3D printers have greatly helped the advancement of medicine. As I mentioned earlier, the cost of prosthesis have been greatly reduced, but they have not only helped there. They can also be used to create custom casts that can be outfitted with a mechanism that release ultrasounds to help mend broken bones in less time. Also, we can make almost custom anything for people with medical problems. In the future, industries will be able to print complete homes for people in a fraction of the time and cost. Also, they'll be able to recycle a lot more of the goods that they were once made because they can break them back down to the basic elements, which will help the conservation and help follow continued strict environmental guidelines. Then there are electronics that can be made for the fraction of the price and even smaller scale. Currently, there's a company working on making computer motherboards that do just that. The medical field will be able to do now what we consider the impossible by printing bones and skin, but not only limited to that, but also maybe even functioning organs. With the help of stem cells, they will almost be able to create anything a sick or injured person may need. In the future of exploration, we'll be able to create things once not thought possible, newer and lighter, stronger materials. Also, if you can think it, you can build it. With that in mind, space exploration may be possible and even colonization of other planets. 3D printers definitely open the door to many great things, from cheaper products to better applications of medicine. But there's a dark side of 3D printing. There could be a range of things similar to people making unregistered weapons such as guns, or even worse, devices that of war that can endanger our own existence. But it's up to us to use technology for the best interest of mankind. In closing, I would like to reiterate the topics that we're covering in this presentation. Currently, we're able to do with 3D printers today in our homes, industries, and medical fields are beyond what I could ever imagine when I was a child growing up in the 90s. Just as it's beyond what I could possibly fathom for future applications of 3D printers in the industrial, medical, and exploration fields. It may even seem something no less than magic to us by then. What we can do with the technology will no doubt be limitless. I just hope for our sakes that the good that will come from it will outweigh the bad. I encourage you, the audience, to learn more about 3D printers. And if you have access to one, experiment with it. More information can be found at 3deers.org and in the links in the box below. You never know what you may create or even innovate. Finally, I will want to leave you with a quotation from Sir Arthur C. Clarke. Any sufficiently advanced technology is equivalent to magic, from ebookfriendly.com. Thank you, and thank you for your time.